stock receipts, 578, my first order. And I've got my part numbers here. So I'm just going to do receipt by exception, and it will fill in my quantities accordingly. And put my reference. Okay, and I put my GRN. And the GRN will just have details of the customers, who the parts are for as well. So I suppose this is our first indication that there's a good chance that these were back orders, but also we can go back and print our back order report, stock reports, back order status, print, and it's giving my details here of my order numbers, and we can see the customer here, and we know the other one was workshop issue, so it doesn't pull in John Green's name. We know it was a workshop issue. So 91028. Control O will allow me to load in my order. 91028. And we can see this is a back order for Dennis McCarthy. Here's my part. I now have 2 on hand, so I'm just going to supply these. Press update. Please change the standard, and we can see the fact that I have my back order deposit of €20 already in there. So I'll just complete this with the balance. Yeah, too much of the deposit. Change. Okay. Right, and again, it's just the same thing, asking me to email it if I want. So I haven't got the email set up on this particular screen, but it links in with your Microsoft Outlook or whatever, and we'll send the email. Okay, we'll cancel that. That's that one completed. And the other one, I'm just going to go through the customer order inquiry. I can take my back orders and refresh, and I can see John Green is here, but it's for my Z888. Double click on this, it's the way of dealing with it. And we've got both these parts here as well. So we've got a quantity in hand of 1 for both parts. Update. And again, update. And that's that. So it has now issued those parts. So we only had to type in the part. Well, we didn't even have to type in the part numbers at all. We just had to take them all straight from Microcat and work its way through Fortuna as well to get them either out to the customer or onto the job site. So, any questions?
Hi guys, it's Glenn here. What's your first impression of this? Anybody got any comments? See the benefit if you're doing estimates for, say, body shops and stuff like that? A lot handier. Can you see any good benefits of this? I know it's hard to get a proper gauge of it looking at a webinar, but you should know that this is definitely going to improve things for us.
No feedback?
Everybody's shocked. I'll show you. Okay, we'll send it.
Okay.
Yeah, what we're doing is we'll send a video of this for you to have a look at in your own time. But if you want to ring any of us in the meantime to go through it, just ring us and we can go through it with you.
Anyone that was late on, do you want to go through the Microcat integration again?
Yeah, I'm just on anyway, so I kind of missed the first 15-20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we can run through that bit again, Peter.
Yeah, no problem.
So, like what we kind of did basically, yeah, like going through Microcat, how you transfer it into Fortuna, and then go into Fortuna and retrieve and what you transferred. If you could just go through that again.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just go back here again. Oh, there it is. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so if I just go back, I'll go back to MicroCAD here again. Well, I'll X out of this and go back to the start just to fill in all the gaps. So again, basically the first thing you do here is you log into your MicroCAD as you regularly do. The main difference once you have integration with the DMS is that in the bottom left-hand corner here, you should see a connection to the DMS. The first time you log in, that won't be there. It should be a red icon. Just load down. Yeah, there we go. So you can see here it does connect straight away, but what I can do is I can just disconnect that, and so that's kind of what you see normally. I think you just disconnected DMS. If you go in here and click on that, you should be able to log in to the Fortuna account. So this is your Fortuna credentials here. So I'll just log in with our super credentials. So once I log in, then I should see a green symbol there, and it should say that you've logged into the DMS. This basically lets you search for customers here or search for parts in the DMS. It just gives you details on the customers and the parts. What it lets you do as well is if I do a search for the customers, again, if I go back and use Dennis, it'll also pull in their related car as well. So if Fortuna has the link there between the customer and the car, it'll bring it into MicroCAD, and when I select it, it'll automatically load that car in MicroCAD as well for you. So you don't need to go up and search for the car or pull in the details manually. So again, based on this, if I go back and I'll pick the same parts again because I'm used to them now. If I select whatever parts I want, I can go in here, I can choose my part. The first thing I can do is I can click on the part itself or the description, and I can see the details from MicroCAD. But I also have a DMS tab here. And if the part exists in the DMS, I can see that what the quantities are and the details of it from the DMS. Again, now I can see this was 11, but it's now 10 because the last order went through for Dennis. So again, I can select that part. If I select a part that wasn't in the DMS before, I can, I'm just guessing here, but I think a lot of these aren't in the DMS. So again, I can see the MicroCAD details here, but if I go to the DMS tab, you can see that the part number is not on file. So what I can do is I can just go and select that part, and again, I'll show you how that pulls through to Fortuna. So then the next thing you go here is just go to your order. The order itself, it should have the customer pulled in there at the top. It also has this field here, which you can add in a reference that you can then search by in the Fortuna import screen. So then if I just do it, import, so here, there's 2 parts are selected. There's a quantity of 1 for each. My next step here, all I have to do is just press the transfer button there, and I should get a message down here saying order successfully transferred. So then that's all I have to do in MicroCAD. If I then click over to Fortuna, so what I have to do in here then is just go into my new order screen. As we showed before, this can be a regular order, or this can be a workshop job order. Either way, it works the same. So I just selected Dennis customer there, and it just asks me for details. So the integration is just this button here. So if I click on that, it shows me the list of all the parts or the orders that have come through from MicroCAD. So again, here I can see this is my order here. That's the reference of test import. So if I click on that, I can see the parts. So again, it's telling me that the first part doesn't exist, the second part does exist. So if I just go and select both parts here, it's just getting me to create the part that doesn't exist in the DMS. So all we need is the Toyota supplier, just put in a bin, a group, and a subgroup. It actually pulls in the retail from the catalog, and it'll pull in your cost price based on your discount code as well. So once that's set up, it'll pull in those automatically. What it's saying here is because one part didn't exist before, there's obviously no stock, so it's asked me to put that part on back order. So if I just choose yes, so now I can see both parts. The first part here is the one that's on back order, so we have none in stock. The second part here, we have 10 in stock, so we can supply that. So what we really do here is this is just a regular Fortuna process. You're just updating this through. Update again. So this is basically going to split my order into an order and a sub order, and the order will be invoiced. Do that there. And and the sub order, then it'll ask me, do I want to add a deposit? So because this is a back order, you have the ability to add a deposit, or you can leave that at 0 if you want, if you don't want to take a deposit. So I just put another €5 in there for deposit. So basically, it'll just invoice through the regular order, and it'll ask me to print it, and then that's the regular order there with the regular invoice number, the part we could supply. And then the second order here is the one for the part we couldn't supply, and that basically often creates a PO. You can see here now there's a new PO number to the one that was in the last example, so that one was completed. So if I just OK that, and then cancel all of that there. So basically, that's really the integration between Microcad and Fortuna. The other thing actually that I can show you that, again, we didn't go through previously was that we can do the same thing directly with a purchase order. If I go in here and I want to create a new purchase order without an order. Now, don't ask me why you might do this, but just to show you that the functionality is there. So if I want to create a purchase order for Toyota, again, I can just come in here, create a new purchase order. And again, my little search button is here as well. Now, obviously, I've used all the orders that we put through, so there's nothing here, but we can revisit those if we want, so we can just uncheck what's outstanding, and it'll just show us all the orders that were previously there. So we can use these again if we want, just to re-import the parts. So if I just click on Dennis again here, so it's now giving me these two parts again. If I just select those, it's now creating the purchase order directly from the Microcad order as well, if you wish. Now, this is just, it's not really the post that we follow, but if for some reason you wanted to create a purchase order directly without an order, you can do it this way as well. So it's just two different ways of doing it. And again, regardless of whichever way you create the purchase order, you can still click your Create File button here, and that will create your purchase order file in the format that Toyota require to import directly into the Toyota website. So yeah, that's pretty much the integration with Microcad. Without going through the whole back order process again, that's kind of how Microcad and Fortuna come together.
Just I suppose to explain, Peter didn't type anything there, only the bin number. Everything flowed through automatically. Did everyone see that?
Yeah, it's pretty seamless.
The flow works very well. Like, it's the only thing you typed in was the bin number.
Absolutely. Is this live right now?
Yeah. It does require a setup for Fortuna and the media, but yeah, you can put it live.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be beneficial anyway. It's going to save us the order from Microcad would be seamless. It'll be so much easier.
Yeah, and you'd be able to completely control and audit your stock flow. Just one thing I didn't see, Peter, was the job card linked to a back order site. Did you go through that, or did I miss that?
Yeah, that was the second one we did there. So
okay, sorry, I must have.
Yeah. It's the same. Like, I mean, for us, the job card and a regular order are the same. Sorry, I'm going to mute this for a second. So just for us, the job card and the regular order are the same. They both go through the same screen initially. The only difference here is when you're doing a job card order, it's going to Z888 and you pick your job number there. But it still creates an order on the same screen, whereas if it's a regular order, you just go in here and you put in your customer code. Oops, sorry, that's not a customer. And then you put in your order directly. So they both go through the same process. It's just that then the order for the workshop job will route into the workshop system then once it's completed.
And just another question. When you're a Microcad and you search the customer in the DMS, can you search the job card number, the WIP number?
No, I think that's all we have here.
Okay, so it's just linked on customer.
Yeah, that's their name. So yeah.
And then when you go into the customer in Fortuna, you'll see. Sir, we can't hear you.
Hi, Tony here in Swansea. Did you say that can be uploaded to the Parts Online?
Getting some bad feedback.
Sorry, I just want to know, sorry, can be uploaded to the Parts Online system?
you can import that CSV directly to Doc.